What's going on, everybody? So you're thinking about moving to Sparwood, British Columbia. You got a job at the mine, or you're looking at maybe possibly getting one at the mine, or you've got a job in Fernie and you just can't justify $600 to $1 million for a entry-level home, and you don't want to jump into that 1.5 million plus range. Yeah, I hear you. It's a stretch. So this is what's going to make Sparwood potentially the best opportunity you have. It's a great little town, and I'm going to, for as nice and as cool as Sparwood is, I'm going to give you the honest to goodness pros and cons of living in Sparwood, British Columbia. Okay, bear with me. All right, I got some notes here I'm going to take, and I'm going to refer to them every once in a while. So hey, I'm not. These are just little reminders, okay? All right. So first off, a little bit about Sparwood. Sparwood is a mining town, basically. It's 20 minutes from Fernie. On a good day, you can make it in the summertime, no traffic, about 15 to 17 minutes. I used to work in Sparwood for about 10 years. I used to commute every day from Fernie to Sparwood, and I used to work for the coal mines myself. Sparwood is very industrial. The town basically serves the big coal mines there, now owned by Glencore, previously owned by Teck. You've got Fording River, Green Hills, Line Creek, and Elkview Coal. So those four mines are the major employers in the valley, even in Fernie, but definitely in Sparwood and Elkford. Today we're going to talk about Sparwood and your proximity to the mines and all the pros and cons that go along with that. I've grown up in this valley, and I'm so impressed actually with Sparwood and how well they've done with keeping the town clean. I've never seen a town actually this clean. The streets are perfect. They don't have a lot of potholes. The garbage pickup, everything is spick and span in this town, and the city takes pride in taking care of their residents. They've got some great parks, things for kids to do, the community center, the rink. You got the rink, the pool. Outside you've got the play area for the kids, and the skate park, and the baseball fields, soccer fields. There's the ton of stuff for you and your family to enjoy in Sparwood. All right, now let's hit the pros, okay? The cons are going to come later, and I'm honest. I will tell you what I think, okay? Both on the pros and the con side of views here. The biggest pro for Sparwood, especially if you're coming from Calgary and or Alberta, Vancouver, Toronto, is the cost of a house. You can get into a 3-bedroom home in a nice subdivision. You know, you could start at somewhere around 400 to 600,000. You're going to get into a really, really nice home. Okay, you come to Fernie, for example, that same house is going to be anywhere from 800 to $1 million. Okay, so great place to start, great place to go, great place to be. And now those houses in Toronto, for etc., are way out of whack compared to out here. That's for sure. So if you're going to sell something over there or in Vancouver and you're coming over to the Elk Valley, your money is going to go a long way. That's for sure. So that's our housing market, our rental market. Rental is actually kind of on the expensive side right now, with the mines hiring a lot of people for in the equipment, hands-on kind of areas right now. They're always looking, they're always hiring truck drivers, equipment operators, plant operators, that type of stuff. Now they have just recently gone through a reduction of personnel, which was bound to happen when Glencore took over from Teck, and they're doing some cost-cutting stuff, but it really hasn't rippled the market very much at all. I thought it might have, But for what they've done, yeah, just the housing market just keeps plugging along, and people are still looking for places to be. Okay. Now, so then on the, so you probably all heard about this property transfer tax in BC. There's a transfer tax. It doesn't matter whether you're a local that are buying their second house or whatever. Every time you buy a property, there's a transfer tax. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer in BC and you qualify, you might not have to pay that tax. Overall cost of living in BC can be a little bit higher, but around here it is definitely much cheaper. You can go and you can actually go out, take your family out for dinner, and not cost you an arm and leg in Sparwood. The Causeway Bay, the golf course, there's some great little places to eat. A little chocolate place, M. Wolf Chocolatier. Yeah, that stuff's good. Another pro, robust. The job market in Sparwood is incredible. For example, let me just kind of lay it out for you. If you're driving a truck at one of the mines, which is kind of your entry-level position, you're going to be making anywhere from $125,000 a year up to, now if you're a shovel operator or a drill operator, it could be as high as 150, and that's 150,000. Okay, and then there are 2 bonuses in the year based on production and profitability. Now, I don't know what those are anymore. Those are bonuses. I wouldn't bank on it. When you get them, they're great, but definitely don't put a budget towards those. Treat those like gravy. Okay, your regular job pays your bills, puts food on your table. That's your bonuses are your gravy. So yeah, and now if you don't want to necessarily work on one of the mines, you can work in one of the service industries that go along with it. If you have a trade, you're golden. And if you're a good worker and you show up to work, you've got yourself a job. Don't drink, don't do drugs, and you're good to go. Local businesses, there's lots of local businesses in Sparwood. You can open up and serve your clientele. Sparwood, I would say, needs another good restaurant. Big deal, they just got a new McDonald's, and it's right beside the new Glencore head office building. And rumor has it, you're going to be able to get drone delivery from the McDonald's straight to your office in the Glencore building. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be nice though? But tell you what, you guys better find a gym. All right, unspoiled. So pro number 3, unspoiled and natural beauty. When you live in Sparwood, and work in Sparwood, you are basically working in the best conditions in possibly the whole world, where you work, you're 4 on, 4 off, you have half the year off, plus you've got your normal, all the benefits and all the vacation time you could possibly shake a stick at. And you're going to enjoy the outdoors. If you enjoy the outdoors, hunting, fishing, skiing, biking, hiking, mountain biking, all that stuff, that's like literally, you draw a circle of an hour around Sparwood, you're gonna hit absolutely everything. If you draw a circle around 20 minutes within Sparwood, you're gonna hit everything. Your options to participate in anything you want to do out in the outdoors is incredible. And you will see deer, elk, skunks, coyotes, wolves, moose, bears, grizzlies. You're gonna see it all, and we all have it all here. And sometimes you have to go search for it, or you might just run into it, but we do have it. Okay, so that's another pro. You're gonna see all kinds of cool stuff. All right, number 4, sense of community is very strong and safe. Sparwood is very clean. You will get to know your neighbor. Your neighbor will know what's going on. They will watch your place when you're not in town, and vice versa. He'll mow your lawn, you'll mow his lawn. He'll shovel your driveway, you'll shovel his driveway. Very strong community. Lots of these people have been here for 35 plus years, sometimes even 2nd and 3rd generation coal miners. Sparwood is a community of hardworking people. Now, you don't want to be an idiot, because this will not be the town for you, and it won't take you long to figure it out. And the problem isn't them, the problem would be you. So hey, that's a pro, okay? Friendly atmosphere, low crime rate, don't be doing something dumb, and community events. This had their coal miner days. Coal miner days was a lot of fun. Took in the wing eating contest. Yeah, the boys, they had a good time, and those wings were hot and tasty. Did that at the Causeway Bay. That was awesome. And number 5, pro, manageable pace and easy commute. Let's just put it this way. Anywhere you want to get to within Sparwood, it's a small town, about 5,000 people. You can get from one end of the town to the other in 10 minutes. So you're never stressed out. Geez, a traffic jam in Sparwood might be 2 cars. They don't have any stoplights in town. They have one on the highway. Yeah, just one. And it's right outside the Tech and McDonald's and Komatsu buildings right there. That right there that's the only stoplight. Of course, there's lots of stop signs, but yeah, it's a pretty chill, laid-back community. You could drive your bike anywhere you want. You could walk. I know guys that you wouldn't think walk that do walk. All right, so there's no traffic headaches. Walkability, bikeability is high. Simple layout, easy to get around these towns. Around Sparwood. Relatively easy driving conditions, yes. Yes, very easy. Number 6, good schools, family-focused amenities. School district number 5 school. Your kids can go to school just down the street from probably wherever you live. If they want to go to the private school, they can take a bus into Fernie. And you've got the leisure center, the rec center, all the stuff that I had mentioned previously. And yeah, they have hockey. Now, Fernie, when I grew up, we always beat them. But yeah, there's hockey. And the communities all actually get together and put together a pretty good hockey program. So here's something you might be asking. Where is Sparwood? You know, when you're driving down Highway 3 and you see that great big green truck, the Terex Titan, that's Sparwood, okay? That used to be the biggest truck. Now it's not, but it's big. All right, so Sparwood sounds great, obviously. I could live in Sparwood. I have 3 kids that live in Sparwood, 6 grandkids. Michelle's daughter lives in Sparwood. I mean, I'm comfortable. I could live in Sparwood. I'm just very happy that Sparwood is what it is, and exactly that. But every community has its challenges, and if I'm going to be honest, Mr. Joe Honest Realtor, I need to give you the full picture, so let's talk about some of the cons in Sparwood, because it's important to have realistic expectations before you make a big move. All right. Con number 1, living in Sparwood. Some of the stuff that you like to do might not be at your fingertips. Okay, you have a couple of restaurants you can go to, but if you want to try something a little bit different, you might have to head to Fernie. Now, Fernie has been blessed with some amazing restaurants, bars, pubs, stuff like that, because of the influx of tourism in the summertime and in the wintertime that can sustain those restaurants. Fernie is quite blessed in that avenue. So if you want to go for a nice dinner, a fancy dinner, or whatever, you might want to try something in Fernie, but that's just 20 minutes down the road. You're not going to drink and drive anyways. And yeah, it's a great little date night. Okay, shopping and dining. Like I had mentioned, shopping, you can get your industrial clothes in Sparwood. You can get your work clothes in Sparwood. It's going to be tough to get anything more than that. Fernie has a couple shops for the ladies. Mark's Work Warehouse for the guys. So if you need a tie or anything sort of fancy, you might have to head out to Lethbridge or Calgary, okay? Even Cranbrook. Most of the housing, so lower Sparwood and in the main town Sparwood area, the housing there is all kind of your 3 bedrooms up, either finished or unfinished basement. It's pretty standard, not a lot of flash. You get up into the Sparwood Heights, You get a little bit more flash up there. There's still a couple of older pockets. And then you get over onto Whiskey Jack Resort. They're supposed to be building a golf course there at some point in time, but I'm not going to put my money on it. So in the meantime, it's a great place still to buy and build your house. Don't put the golf course into that equation. Continue to use the community golf course. Weather and environment in Sparwood. The weather can get a little windy, can get a little chilly. Being in southeastern BC, Sparwood gets way less snow than Fernie, but we still kind of get that, it's still winter, still Canada. But it does seem to get a little windier in Sparwood. I'm not sure why. Sometimes the weather can be very unpredictable, especially if you're coming from Alberta. You go through the pass, and sometimes it's so windy, and it can get very icy and snowy, blowy, and they'll shut that pass down. Doesn't really have anything to do with Sparwood, but if you're trying to commute back and forth from the pass up to the mines, it does come into play. Isolation, for as nice and cool as Sparwood is, it is somewhat isolated, as is Fernie, as is Elkford. Sparwood, you've got about 2.5 hours to Calgary. You got about an hour and 45 to Lethbridge. Vancouver, it's on the other side of the province. And there's limited public transport. I don't even know if they've got a taxi service in town or not, but there is a commuter bus that goes to Fernie and back every day. Airport access, Rambrook is the closest. That's about an hour and 15, hour and a half from your door. And you can take that your flights from there. It's an airport, really cool little airport, very well serviced to hook you up to Calgary or to Vancouver or even Kelowna. Or you have to go to Lethbridge, or probably usually going to go up to Calgary if you're going to fly internationally. You're going to go to Calgary and head out from there. Okay. So the Sparwood's greatest strength is also their greatest weakness. The mining community, the mines themselves, everything is focused on the mines and servicing the mines. So it is very industrial looking. You can see Elkview from town. That's the mine. You can actually see the plant. If you watch closely at night, you can see the new office buildings that they built up there. And you can see some of the lights. And on some days, actually, you can see some trucks dumping. So, yeah, I get it. But you know what? You're right there. So it's a little bit of a give and take. Okay? Sometimes you get some dust up from the mines. You give them a shout to clean your house. Give it a good spray down. And health access. Now, Sparwood has a primary care building, and they'll have and local medical clinics, and you can do the day-to-day or the quick emergencies, and they'll usually just do a quick assessment, put you in an ambulance, send you to either Fernie or to Cranbrook, or if you're severe enough, you will go to Calgary or even airlifted to either Calgary or to Kelowna. All right. So specialized care, you'll have to go out of town, usually, depending on what your care is. But I would expect that. Another con, number 6, limited diversity in the economy. Yes, very reliant on mining. That's okay. It is what it is. It is a coal mining town. And everything kind of rotates around what's going on at the mines. So when coal prices are over 300, yeah, we got people making a lot of money, working a lot of overtime, and doing all kinds of stuff. When the coal prices are where they are right now, it's a little bit more shaky, but these are multi-million-dollar operations that are underway that generate billions of dollars for the BC economy, and the Canadian economy. So very, very, very busy. Excuse me. Now, so I've laid out the pros and cons. I may have missed some, I may have got some. I think I did pretty good. Let me know in the comments below what I missed or what I should have mentioned or talked more about. Sparwood has a lot of contrasts. Very affordable, and if you're working at the mine, and if you're both working at the mine, you've got a tremendous amount of cash flow and discerning income to spend. It's a little more rugged, and you know if you want to have some extra money at the end of the month, it's a great place to be, as opposed to being in Fernie, where it might cost you and eat more of your discretionary income. Okay, your disposable income. And it all depends on what it is you guys want to do. If you want to live in a place that's relatively less expensive to live in than Fernie and still work at the mines, you work at the mines. You make some good money, really good money. You live in Sparwood, you play in Fernie, or you go out for dinner in Fernie, and you do some of the Fernie stuff, and then you come back. It's 20 minutes. But you can also do all kinds of things in Sparwood. You can enjoy everything in Sparwood and never have to go to Fernie. Like, really, you don't. So if you want to be that close, so for example, if you're in Canmore or Banff and you're going up to the ski hill, you're still closer in Sparwood to go to the Fernie ski hill. Okay, so that's something to think about. Now, Sparwood isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But for many families, especially those looking to escape high city prices and high cost of living in Fernie, and the tough market to get into in Fernie, you can secure a stable career, make a good living, create great memories, create a great life for your family in Sparwood, with just down the street from the ski hill, basically. You can have it all and not worry about maybe some mortgage payment stuff. You can actually enjoy your life and enjoy your family and your kids. And now, if you love the outdoors, why not, right? Like, you could go snowmobiling, mountain biking, hiking, all those things right out your back door, and have it all. Like, this neck of the woods is the best place in the world to work in a mine and live. Your lifestyle is incredible. I know it. I live it. I've had the chance to move. I've had the opportunities to go away. I haven't jumped on them because I absolutely love it here. My kids love it here. My grandkids love it here. That's why we're here. All right. Now, if Sparwood sounds like it could be the right fit for you, I've got some houses for sale there. There's lots of houses, apartments, condos, and just give me a shout. 250-430-1162. Yeah, that's pretty old school. So thank you for listening and watching. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out. Throw me a text. I'm good. I'll talk to you guys anytime. And I hope this honest review kind of shed some lights on some things. If we were driving around in my Bronco, I'd be telling you the same stuff that I'm telling you right now. These are the same things that I tell my mother and that I tell my kids. All right. So if this is what you want to do, or it might be on your list of things to do, definitely look me up. You guys have a great day. Peace.